Welcome to ComicsTheater, and today we will be talking about what happens in Green Arrow Rebirth #1. We start off in Seattle, with Oliver Queen leaving from a restaurant. He comes across a homeless boy and his mother, and hands them a $100 bill, but of course it is blown out of the boy's hand. The mother goes to get it out of the sewers, but all that is heard afterwards is her screams. Later that night, a hooded figure is taking that boy, screaming for his mom. They are stopped when an arrow is shot into the brick wall in front of him, and the Green Arrow leaps into action. The two fight until the figure stops and recognizes him. They take off the cloak to reveal the hooded figure as the Black Canary. Green Arrow apologizes, and Black Canary claims it's okay, as she could hardly recognize him hidden under all that hair. She says maybe he could help. The kid wants his mom, but he needs a nurse and a bath. Green Arrow takes them to his apartment, where, unmasked, he gives the boy a bath. Black Canary says she heard him crying from a sewer and found him stuck. He said he was trying to save his mother when he fell, sliced up his arm on the rusted grate. They ask the boy who took his mother, and all he says is the underground men. Oliver tells him to wait in his sister Emmy's room. Something should fit him in there. Oliver takes a razor and goes into the bathroom. Black Canary examines his apartment, talking in the other room. She says the Justice League and Gotham crew talk about him. He's got a rep as quite the jerk. Oliver can't hear it with the water running, but she keeps going. She says he's always loudmouthing your moral outrage, complaining about elitism, racism, cronyism, conservatism, anyism, all the isms. Call yourself a social justice warrior, but look at this apartment, look at this life. Green Arrow asks what you think. He says he's a bit of a hypocrite. How can you fight the man if you are the man? He says he meant about the goatee. He was getting sick of all the beard joke. Canary seems annoyed and tells him they should get the kid home. He says we can find his father in the jungle. In the jungle, the two continue to bicker as Black Canary doesn't understand how he can act as a hero of the common man, then go home to bathe in champagne and sleep on a mattress of money. But Green Arrow doesn't quite understand either, considering Dinah is a hugely famous rock star herself. They claim neither one of them knows a thing about each other. How G.A. once had been a D-bag, but he explains how his ship sank and he had to learn to survive. Then he learned to care about someone other than himself. Black Canary starts to sympathize, but then they find the kid's father. They explain the mother is missing, and maybe he can help them understand, but they are ambushed by the underground men. G.A. and Black Canary start fighting them, until they are all but few done for. Then they interrogate one of them. He tells them the underground men are taking them to the auction, there below, as he points into a cave. They enter and start to follow a trail of blood. They find an auction with many masked faces on screens bidding for a 25-year-old female, whether they fancy her for work, pleasure, food, laboratory experimentation. Green Arrow and Black Canary start attacking, and the auctioneer throws the girl into an abyss. G.A. shoots an arrow to the wall for her to grab onto and lifts her back up. Green Arrow starts talking to what appears to be the leader of this operation on the screen, that he will stop whatever it is that is going on. He's going to hunt him down, and G.A. says when he does, he'll make him feel debased, devalued, bankrupt in every possible way. There will be nothing left. He'll know what it feels like to be no one. And Green Arrow shoots the screen. Later, after all that was said and done, Black Canary and Green Arrow are talking. Black Canary says G.A. took her and that boy into his apartment without a second thought. G.A. tells her protecting his identity didn't seem so important as protecting that boy. And he wasn't afraid to reveal himself to Black Canary, even if he doesn't even know her name. She tells him, Dinah Lance, and that's the beginning. We will continue to cover this story on ComicsTheater. The next video will be over Green Arrow #1. Hope you guys enjoyed this one though.